Could you mention a few other names of real standout players for you this year, or maybe over the last couple of years?
Absolutely. Coach Millette and I were talking about guys that we thought might be able to go play at the next level and who have all the skills, and so I'll turn it over to Coach Millette in terms of identifying some of those players.
Yes, our central defender, Nicholas Tartaglia. Not only is he a big body, he's massive, his understanding of the game, his anticipation, and the quickness that he shows, and he's very poised back there. He plays the ball in the air, on the ground, no problem. He's going to be able to face very fast opponents or big opponents. He doesn't have any problem with that. He really, he's a giant. He's a gentle giant in the back. He won't turn people around, or he won't just hurt people, but he's going to hurt their team because he breaks down. He really destroys all the offensive tactics that they could have. Really poised back there, and that's impressive. For a secondary 5 player, that's very impressive.
Then on the other side, we have Luca Castaneda, who's a fantastic defender. Learned to control his temper as the year went on, and that'll be his key to success if he can do that on a more consistent basis. He's got all the skills to play at another level. He's got the speed, he's got the ball control, the anticipation, an excellent defender.
And up in front, obviously, John Abraham. Not only his speed is dangerous, but his attitude towards soccer. He wants to score, but he wants to help out also his other players. He's not selfish. He draws opponents to him. He draws defenders around him, and boom, the ball goes out. Great pass, or he takes off towards the net, and he's a finisher. We wish he could have finished a bit more in the finals, but he's going to learn that good goalies, you got to keep the ball on the ground all the time. So just explosive player that we use also defensively because he reads the game quite well.
He's probably destined to be going to prep school if that's where he wants to go. Nothing stopping him. He's got all the skills, the speed, the playmaking, and the teamwork. On the outsides, we have Enrico Fatigati and Luca Pietrantonio, as mentioned earlier, that Sec 4 student. And we're starting with Luca, probably our strongest player on the team, even though he's our youngest player. Kid's built like a brick house. Incredible, can cross the ball, does everything well. And then you have Enrico on the other hand, who I don't believe made any soccer team here at Loyola, and he became a starter for us this year. Excellent foot handling, excellent deking ability, and probably the most beautiful crosses we've ever had in terms of player on the team. And with those type of crosses coming from the outside, there's always potential danger and a good shot.
What was your game plan for the championship game, and did you alter your game plan throughout the season for different opponents?
We did want to have a solid start right from the whistle, basically because we have the ability to attack as a team and to really put pressure on the defense. It was our turf, so we knew the status of the grass that was starting to be bad, and as the game will progress, it'll be even worse. So we really had a strong push from the start. In terms of tactics that we changed this year, we were really we knew that we were very offensive this year compared to last year. So the guys had the green light to go forward, overlapping. Guys, the defensive player going all the way. But we didn't change as we didn't have to change much. We put pressure on the other team from day one against Royal West, and
in the past we'd go more with a 4-5-1, much more centralized in the midfield, trying to control the game in the middle, and looking at but we're not locked into that. We like to see our players and see where the skills lie. And after the first couple of tryouts, it was clear that Mr. Millette proposed a 4-4-1-1, which gives a lot more flexibility. And with the guys, as Mr. Millette was saying, the overlapping that just took place from, we had our defense playing forwards at some times. I mean, and everyone knew their responsibility. So if they were overlapped, they would drop back in that defensive role. There was no greed saying, I'm the attacker, it's my job to score, get out of here. No, they would let the guys go, and they would know to drop back. So it was just a beautiful flow to the game. And when you're dealing with players with that skill and that understanding of the game, that's why it's the beautiful game.
Excellent. Sounds like you had a very memorable season. And as a final question, could you perhaps come up with a couple of simple words to define the season, and maybe 2 or 3 of the most memorable events for you? Something from practice, from a game, or from the championship? anything that will stick out in your mind when you think of the 2009-2010 champions?
First memory I have that will stay in my mind from this year was the only time that we trailed, that we got scored on the first was against LCC, and Mr. Fulvio and I, we kind of looked at each other to see how they would react, and within 10 minutes we had scored 3 goals, answering in a way that was very well organized, very poised by the guy. They didn't got disorganized by the goal that we got scored on, and they just showed some maturity, and 10 minutes, 3 goals, and that was it for LCC. And Mr. Fulvio and I from there had little doubt that we couldn't go all the way and win this championship.
We've had talented teams in the past, but who have never faced adversity. And one of our problems this year was we were in a relatively weaker division. We didn't have any of those East End teams or the St. Thomases that really would challenge us on an everyday level. And we've never had success when put in a weak division. We've usually been eliminated the first or second round of the playoffs, just not being able to bring our game to the next level. So that was our concern. But seeing, as Mr. Millette says, being down by a goal, seeing how the guys responded, we knew exactly that we had something special on our midst. We had also organized something new this year, which was an alumni game, where we brought some of the older players back, because we were looking for a challenge. And so the idea was to bring these guys back. Unfortunately, the score ended up 10-0 for this year's Warriors. But it was a great time to see those guys again. They were very positive. It was a great game. They were happy to see the development of these guys, especially those who had played with some of our players already in the past. And a few of them actually showed up in the finals and supporting us as well. And they were happy for us, just seeing such a beautiful team put together. In terms of another memory that sticks out, I would say it was in the final. The score was probably 1-0 for us, and it was a partial 2-on-1 breakaway with Davide Inukpuk and John Abraham. And Davide, who loves to score goals, maybe to a fault sometimes, where he puts himself in some awkward positions, like the offside positions, had the opportunity to score and instead passed the ball up to John. And John is usually the playmaker, but at this point, John was the finisher. And we had preached about love, we had talked about love, but that was love in action, because he could have easily taken the shot and scored his second goal, but he wanted to distribute the love.
Excellent, and that's a great topic to finish with. I want to thank you both for sharing your points of view with us and your reflection on your season. Congratulations again, and best of luck next year.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.